Hello, YouTube. This is Rio from Unity Gaming Group, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the title Responding. A police simulator in a sandbox world that allows EMS as well as fire. So there's actually three different disciplines that are going to be in the sandbox game. I've been following along with it for about 6 years, somewhere around there. Just kind of peeking in once in a while, seeing what's going on, and just kind of watching the development to see if it's going to go anywhere, and it has come a long way. But I wanted to talk today about a recent announcement in Discord while I had just made a purchase for something totally different. Dyson's, the lead developer, drops an announcement for the summer sale. And yeah, while I was contemplating it, I just wanted to go over my dilemma and just kind of discuss it a little bit. So here is the sale. Right now it is set to $59 euros, 59 euros. Now 59 euros averages out to about, I want to say 60 something. So let me see, 59. Yeah, it comes out to 68.74. Now here's the thing. This is a pre-alpha game. It's not alpha, or not full alpha. It's not beta. It's not early access. It's not ready to launch. It is literally, when you say pre-alpha, to me that says you're still prototyping the game. All right, and that is just not a guarantee by any means that you'll ever get to an early access or a launch at all. I mean, depending on what happens, the game could just disappear. It could just pull off of Steam and be gone. So, I mean, when I'm looking at the price tag at $68.74. That's $68.74 US dollars for a pre-alpha. Now that's pretty steep considering Battlefield 6 just released their pre-purchase for $69.99, and that's ready to go, and it's not an alpha. That's very steep when you consider it. Now, he did do a summer sale, so let's just go ahead and I'm going to show you guys just how much of a discount that is, and then you guys can, make your own opinion on this. So let's go ahead and just pop on over here. We're going to go ahead and say like we're going to buy it, but we're not really going to buy it because, no. All right, so if you put in, I think it's, what is it? I think it's ready to respond. And you apply that. It brings it down to $45.43 total amount. Now, if we go over here, $45.43, it's $52.93. Now, that's not much of a discount in my opinion for a summer sale, especially on a game that there's no guarantees that it's ever going to see the light of day. I've been watching this thing for years, and I've been hoping and praying that I'd see it before I kick the bucket, and hopefully that happens. But let's be honest, that is a sticker price for a full game, basically, and it's not even ready to be a full game yet. I mean, I hate to be like that, but now you're talking about, do I give them $52.93 for a possibility, or do I hold out? Now, one side of me says I really want this and I've been waiting long enough. The other side says if I hold out until it either dive bombs in Steam or they get a realistic price going for Steam, then maybe. Because I could see it maybe selling for $29.99 like most of the simulators are, but I can't see it being as high as $60-something for it right out the gate. I mean, it's just one of them things that make you wonder. So it's kind of like, do I risk it and then possibly lose my $52.93 in 6 months when the development pulls plug, or something happens and Steam never gets it, or they decide that they're going to go a different direction? I mean, there's so many different variables and factors involved with that kind of a risk I just don't feel like burning money, and that's exactly what it would be, right? So, and I've already invested in so many games over the years, some of which never made it, into a live, game. They stayed beta and then they disappeared. Or Atlas is a classic example. Snail Games, spent all this money, got 2 accounts for Atlas, got all set up, started to build a community, and then they just disappeared one day. Completely abandoned it. No more development, no more posts from devs, no more development group. Just yanked everything out of it and left a broken game sitting there that we were supposed to be all happy about. And I'm like, wow. And it could happen with this. So it's like, do we want to risk it or do we don't? I can't see 5293 as being viable. But at the same time, do I want to wait another 4 years for it to come down in price? Or do I want to get some of this experience in and actually see the game for what it is, and then hopefully follow along and support its continued development and hopefully release? I just don't know if it's a smart move to wait or not. So I don't know. It's really up to you folks as to how you feel about it. For me personally, I just kind of feel like it's too much of a risk for too high of a dollar price for it to be something that you don't have to sit and question. If it was even $40 US dollars, I'd probably pick it up just because, nobody's going to die on $40, but when you're getting into the 50s and 60s, now you're talking about taking a good chunk of money that, hey, that's a really nice meal out with my wife. That's gas for the car. That's, it's almost 2 fill-ups of gas for the car. That's groceries. So, those are things that you have to consider, and I'm just like, I'm kind of gawking at the price going, I don't know. But in the future, if I should pick this up, and I don't know, I'm still, even though I've pretty much got the green light from my wife, I'm still not convinced enough myself to actually make that decision. So it's going to be one of them things where I might or I might not. But if I should decide to, I will start streaming this. I will get you guys gameplay. You'll see real gameplay in the real levels that it's at, not developer-done gameplay where they've smoothed it all out or they've done certain things and they're not showing all the other chaos that's happening. Like right now there's a bug, from what I've been told just from the Discord, where the AI will summon an ambulance for an accident scene or for a crime scene, and like 50 ambulances show up and a whole bunch of other crap, and it's just all messed up right now. But that's not being shown, and that's the stuff that's how you're going to make your decisions. You don't want to just walk into this and be like, this is not what I thought I was getting. I want to know exactly what I'm getting into before I get into it. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at right now. I hope you guys will take that into consideration. I'm not telling you not to buy it. I'm just telling you to make a very good decision before you buy it. Realize that $52.93 that's on sale until August 30th, that's not that great of a deal, and that's a lot of money for a game that's not even out of alpha yet. So you need to think about it, and if you can spare it and you really want to try it and you're willing to sit there and take the lumps while they get things polished up and get things fixed and things working right, then maybe it's for you. But if you're not prepared to do that, I highly caution against doing anything like this. It's just not a good idea. But anyways, I wanted to get this out to the YouTube community so that you guys know what I'm thinking about it. And there's a lot of things here that could potentially become a huge thing. We're talking about the GTA 5M and 5PD community, who right now are running mods to make this happen, coming over to the Responding game. There's going to be dedicated servers from what I've been told. They're planning on, just a massive amount of modding support. They're talking about, really turning this into something big. But it's a small studio. And there's a lot of things that you need to consider when you're designing and when you're creating all of these different scenarios. You've got, not only do you have law enforcement and all the variables there, think about this. There's, in an average day, there's probably maybe a core of about 12 different average calls. You got your domestic abuse, you got your public disturbances, you got your traffic stops, you got your occasional shooting, just a bunch of different things that happen every day. And then you've got the things that don't always happen every day, but are just as serious. And, you go from maybe those 12 core things to now I've got 200 different possible things that would happen in an average day in a law enforcement officer's career. All right. Now take that and exponentially increase it by 3, because now you've got law enforcement, fire, and EMS, all of which have different, dynamics to them. Fire, it's about knowing what kind of fire it is, preparing, to go into a building or to, is it a chemical plant? Or is there toxic chemicals everywhere? Is it a gas station? Is it, a car fire? Is it a house fire? Is it an electrical fire? There are a million different things that can happen in all those situations. And then you've got your paramedics where, let's face it, the human body is prone to just about anything can happen. Is an eyeball popped out? Is it a broken arm? Is it a heart attack? Is it a stroke? Was it a stabbing and now you're responding with the police for a stabbing victim and you're trying to take care of that? And how are you going to procedurally make it so that, you have to stop the bleeding and, do what you have to do to put pressure on the wound, transport the patient, get the patient into the ER. There's so many things that you have to think about, and it's a small studio. So I'm like, wow, the magnitude of what needs to be considered and then what needs to be implemented, it seems like an awful lot for Visionary to actually, I guess, take and run with it. I think that's a big bite. They're chewing on a lot. So, there's a lot of variables there. There's a lot of considerations. So, like I said, just, think about all that before you purchase this and know that, there's a very good chance that you may not see a launched game by the end of this. I'm not going to say it won't happen, because sometimes, things happen. They get a good publisher, or they, expand their studio, or they make enough money to really support their development, which is what this basically is. You're getting the deluxe, the deluxe edition, which comes with a Steam key as well. So, it's not like you're not getting something for your money. And there's also other perks and things that are involved, But again, these are the things that I think about when I look at that price tag, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty steep for a pre-alpha. So, I get it. Developers don't get, they're not getting paid real well right now for this studio, I guarantee you. And I can also understand that, it costs money to make a video game. I get it. I've been in the industry. I've done work for Sony. I've done freelance work. I've done third-party studio work for other companies, including some BioWare stuff. I've been all over the industry over the years. I've been in IT for over 30 years now. And I've done some software engineering. I've done audio engineering. At one time, I was a DJ. I was a radio DJ. So, I've been around and I've done a lot of things. I've even served as a reserve police officer. So, I get it. But, wow, that's a risk. And I'm just pointing it all out because I want each person who watches this video to take into consideration what I've said. Please do that. Don't just run off and buy it just because you think it's the greatest next game. Buy it knowing the risks first, and then when you go into the game and you're actually playing it, report those bugs, give feedback, help them fix these problems, because that's what you're doing right now. If you get in and on board with this right now, your quality assurance, you're testing, and you're reporting back, and then the developers are doing their best to keep up with the flow. Their project flow probably is a lot of debugging right now, just to get the core game done so that you can pull people over without issue. You can respond to EMS without issue. You can respond to fire calls without issue. I mean, that's what they're doing, is they're just trying to get it stable and flowing in the right direction. And then they'll worry about things like a DLC, custom packs for, different uniforms and all that other stuff, just like any other game companies would. But again, I need to end this video, but I urge you to really think about your purchase before you do it. Do what we're doing, procrastinate, think about it, and then decide on if that's too much or not. And then if you feel like you can take the risk and it's not going to be too much out of pocket, go for it. But just know that you're helping them. You're not actually going to get a polished game out of this. You're going to be helping them get it to a polished state. But anyways, this is Rio. I've talked enough, and like I said, it's a game in progress, so good luck.